So I'm standing here with Rick Naylor again. And Rick, you know, we love going out to the places that you do landscaping work in because you teach us a lot. And this is another one, a place we've never been to before, but it had an older path in the front and they wanted to extend it to all the way to the back. Mm-hmm. It was a DIY project. They did it themselves. So start in, because this is stunning. This is what you've done so far. Talk to me about this process.
Well, originally we came out and took a look, and the homeowner had done the original install, which is fine, but homeowners have a tendency to make some mistakes. And one of the mistakes they made is they didn't put enough compacted gravel and sand down in order to make sure that with settling that things aren't going to the pavers aren't going to settle and become uneven. And it was very uneven, and it was a real old school paver, and it needed updating. So then when you say gravel and sand, I think that a lot of us don't even know that there really is quite a lot of gravel and sand, and it's not just put on there. You guys actually compact it down, don't you? Oh, absolutely. Well, the start of the process is our contractor, Desire Landscape, who we've worked with for the last 7 years. He will actually come out with a laser level and make sure that everything's completely level before we even start that process. And then we'll put down compacted 3/4 minus, put down another layer, compact it again, then put down the sand and compact it also, so that we make sure we have a nice solid level surface before we even start putting any pavers down.
And I was talking to the homeowner, and they said that even they were doing that part of the situation for a day. It took them a full day just to get the path compacted and ready for any of the tiles.
Right, and that's the whole thing with every project. The devil's in the details, and
right.
If you get the details right, then the rest of the project will kind of fall in line. So yeah, we're very, very careful about making sure we get that good solid surface.
And so I don't know what stones they are, I don't know the names of them, but I love this style that you've done here. I'm sure that once again, you really worked with the homeowners to get what it was that they were looking for.
Absolutely. I mean, there's many different styles and colors of pavers. I prefer to work with more earth tones because they don't fade as much as some of the brighter colors do, which is where you have to be kind of careful with when you're choosing pavers. If you do use a brighter color, you want to make sure you seal it so that it keep their original color a little bit longer, because right out of the box they look great, but in a couple of years they have a tendency to fade.
Well, and I noticed when I walked through here before we were doing this filming part, I noticed that there was a kind of a wall here and a lot of now exposed sprinkler things. So you guys, you really are aware of all of those things that are pre-existing and pay attention to them.
Absolutely, and then we just relocate the sprinkler heads and kind of go from there. So, but yeah, absolutely, we make sure that everything's 100% ready to go before we even start.
And one of the things that I love about your company, Rick, is you guys do a great job with the hard surfaces, things like that. But you also really do pay attention to the plants in the areas. You pay attention to if there's some maybe possible damaging that could happen. You really are aware of all of that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a landscape. There's many parts to a landscape other than just plant material and and a walkway. I mean, they all need to work together. So. Yeah, you have to pay attention to those to make sure that everything's harmonized and everything's going to flow together.
So, and this is done in the fall time. Tell us why that's important to do things like this in the fall.
Well, the main reason is that it's in place and ready to go for spring and summer, so that your yard isn't torn apart in the parts of the season when you want to use it.
Right.
So this is a great time to do it. It's a great time to plant, number one. But number two is it's good to get all this out of the way when you're not really wanting to use your yard that much.
Right, and then once the rains hit and stuff, it'll be settled in even more and really compacted and ready to go.
Absolutely.
There you have it. So, you know, we always enjoy coming out and talking to Rick about his different projects, whether it's the beginning, the middle, or the endings of them. So what we will do is come back in a couple weeks and we're going to see this completed project, and you too can see how beautiful it is. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.